Hello, hello, hello. Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome back to Ravens Escape Crafts. I am Sue, your host and head crafter here at Ravens Escape Crafts. I hope you're doing well this week. It's a brand new, fresh week. And let's get to it. So if you're new here, we talk yarn, other crafts, and lots of other things. So today we'll start out with what I got finished over the weekend. So I know I showed you, I did finish both of my dish towels. Like these are a Christmas colored dish towel. And they have this rib pattern. So I have 2 of those. And I finished all 4 of the washcloths. So you get a set. It would be a dish towel, 2 dishcloth, washcloths, whatever you want to call them. And then, let me find it, a pot scrubber. So those have to get washed yet. They're all done. And then this weekend I worked on, this is a dragon tail hood. So it's a hood. I'll show you. And then it has a dragon tail scarf attached to it. You can wear this several different ways, but for sitting here, it works best like this. You can put it around, and then you get the dragons. So this is my Dragon Rider hood in blue ombre. I really like these. I think they're really neat looking. And then of course the tail hangs down the back. This looks really neat. See? It's kind of hard to see. I'll have better pictures on my Etsy shop. But then the tail hangs down the back. See, it ends like this. If you are interested in making these, it's actually the scarf itself. The dragon tail scarf is actually a pattern, a tutorial on Fiber Spider. I altered it a little bit, but it's almost identical to Fiber Spider has a tutorial on his. It's called a dragon tail scarf that you can make. Like I said, I made mine a little bit bigger, I think, and I just altered it a slight bit. And then I just added a hood. I made a hood. This is 48 stitches long and then 28 rows. And then it ends in a crossed double crochet border. So if you want to make one, if you're interested, I could teach you guys how to make it, or if you just like the scarf, you can pick it up one of these days in my Etsy shop whenever I get somebody to help me do pictures. So, but yeah, this is a really cool. I made a purple one before. I haven't shown that one on the channel, and now I did a blue one, and I'm working on a green one. So this is, I can show you the scarf itself. So it starts out, ends aren't tied in obviously, and then it gets bigger. See? So that is the full dragon tail scarf. And then right now, let's just do this on the floor. I am working on the hood. So I do my hoods all in one piece. I know some people do like a rectangle and sew them together. I'm gonna set this better. So here we go. There we go. So, but I do my hood, this is 48, chain 48, and then I just double crochet around. So I make the hoods all in one piece. So if that helps anybody out there. That's how I do all my hoods. And this hood is nice and deep and nice and long. So yeah, so that's the dragon tails. I made a purple one, and now and then the blue one's finished, and then my Dragon Rider hoods. So that's what I've been working on this weekend. Oh, and hold on. I got some new crochet hooks. So everybody, I keep seeing people using these. They're like, they call them the toothbrush hold ones. I got these kind. I keep seeing people using these and saying, oh my God, they're the best, they're the best. So I got the whole set. Let's see if I can grab it without knocking everything on the floor. I got the whole set in here. So I think it goes all the way from a 2mm. Yeah, 2mm. And then it goes all the way up to a 10mm. So, yep. So here's the whole set. And it's so colorful. Look how colorful this is. Whew. Plus the two I'm using. So I got these on Amazon, and they really weren't that expensive. I was surprised how reasonable they were. It was less than $20 for the whole set. So, and I have to say, I've been using them since I got them on Saturday, and I really do like them very, very much. They are really good. The hold's nice. I'm not one of the, like, I know people have like one hook and they only use one kind of hook, but I find that my hands tend to, sometimes they, start bothering me a little bit if I'm crocheting a ton, and sometimes if I switch hooks, and so I have like all sorts of different, like, I really like these. These were from Big Twist. I like those. I'm trying to think what else I have. And then I have those Furls dupes from Temu. Goodness. I have those Furls dupes from Temu. And I really like those too. And they're all different kinds of grips, so they do help my hand not get so fatigued as bad as sometimes. Even though, and then of course I wear my compression gloves with them. So if you're somebody that has some trouble sometimes with your hand, sometimes switching if you can find several hooks that you like, because that's always the hard part. Do you like the head of the hook? But I like all the heads of the hooks. So I do like I find that they work just fine. Or, I can switch them out, and that definitely helps a lot of things. So helps my hands not get quite so fatigued. So like I said, these are those that I got from, if I can get to focus on it. This is a 5.5. Now I did notice this is already wearing off, so I'll probably have to mark these in another way, but that's okay. So that's what I've been working on. What have you guys been working on? What do you guys do over the weekend? It's really hot here. Like, it went from like cold and ridiculous and wet all the time to now it's like Hades. Today it's 97 degrees here. Like, seriously? So, yeah, so that's too much, too soon. It is way too hot. I got the air conditioner blowing. I'm in perimenopause. I cannot do like this heat all the time. So what else? I didn't really do too much this weekend. Worked on some stuff. We watched the Minecraft movie. That was funny. I mean, you have to know a little bit about Minecraft to appreciate it. I saw a lot of people criticizing it. But with Jack Black and Jason Momoa, and it was funny. There was a lot of good parts that I really appreciated, what they did with it. And like I said, I worked on a lot of crochet. I started and finished this hood, and I got a second one going. Oh, I also got some new yarn. Hold on. See if I can find it. I got some of these layer cupcakes from Karen. This is the color pomegranate. It says use a 4 crochet hook, or it's a 4-weight yarn. It says use a 6mm needle or crochet hook, so knit or, and it's mixed fibers, which is, it's supposed to be recycled cotton and recycled polyester. So I don't know. It's not huge. It's kind of little, but I love the color. I don't know what to make, and it's a weird. The yarn is weird. It's almost like, you see it? Have you guys, anybody out there used it? Has anybody tried this? I'm trying to, or if anybody has any ideas what I should make with this, let me know. I'm gonna have to put a button on this thing. I put a button, and you can put the button on the scarf. Yeah, definitely. But has anybody used this? I'm trying to figure out a cool project for this because I really like it. I got 3 balls of it. Picked it up at Michael's this weekend. And it has a hat on it, but I don't really want to make a hat out of it. And then my husband picked me up a paint by number kit. It's just a Kit Kat. So I'm interested to see, I haven't done one. I like to do paint by numbers. I'm one of those people that absolutely really enjoys paint by number. And I haven't done one in forever. So he found these and he picked one up. He said they had a whole aisle full of them at Michael's. I didn't get to go with because I didn't know he was going to Michael's. He was just dropping my son off at, oh, it's little. Ooh, there's a lot of little sections in this. Look how little these sections are. Can you see them? So, yeah, I'm going to need, whew. Oh, and it comes with to hang it. That's pretty cool. And it comes with paintbrushes. Oh, 4 paintbrushes. And, oh my goodness, look at those teeny tiny little paints. So maybe one day, would you guys be interested? Maybe one day we'll sit and work on this a little bit. I do have, let's set up the camera and we can work on my paint by number. I do enjoy a good paint by number. I haven't done one in a while. I did a whole pile of them, but I haven't done one in a little bit. So, do you guys do other crafts other than, I know, I'm assuming a lot of you do some sort of fiber work, or if you're on my channel, because you watch me make all sorts of crazy stuff. Yeah, I do I was really into diamond painting for a while there, and then I haven't done it as much as my problem was I have a whole setup for diamond painting, and it's like a bear to get everything out and work on it, and I don't know. I don't have the place to put it at this point where I can leave it out all the time, and it's such a bear to put away and get out, and put away and get out. And so I haven't been working on it as much as I would like to. But I did a whole pile of diamond paintings for a long time there. I was working on them nonstop. More recently I've been doing a ton of crochet, and I haven't, of course, I've been focused on my business more and more the last couple of years, so I did less and less diamond painting because I don't sell those. There's not really the market for them. They're just fun to do, and I made some to give away and some we just have sitting in the basement. And I do that, and those are my fun time. And then paint by numbers, like I said, I've done a bunch of those. I have a couple of them that are hanging up. Some of them I just did for fun because I really like doing them. I like all kind of crafting, which is why it's Raven's Escape Crafts, not Raven's Escape Crochet or Raven's or Sue's Crotchet, because I really do enjoy doing a lot of different kinds of crafts. I have all kinds of different things to work on if I ever want to. So, but crochet is, like I said, I crocheted a lot years ago, and then I got back into it. And now it like went off because there's just so much cool stuff now that there wasn't available before when I was crocheting. There was, how do I say it? It was like such a small, like we've talked about it before. Like it was a lot of like your traditional, you could do granny squares, you could do blankets, you could do scarves and hats. It's like, I made a whole bunch of scarves, a ton of scarves. We still have so many scarves that I made. We will never go cold in the winter. That's all I have to say about that. But, like there's scarves and the hats and gloves. Oh, not gloves. I used to make scarves, hats, and blankets. Scarves, hats, and blankets. Scarves, hats, and blankets. And I got tired of it. But now, like, there's just like this whole new world of like crochet that everybody's doing. So that's really, really cool. So every day I talk about something other than Wednesdays when I'm going to be reading my book. So I wanted to talk about something I was talking about with people on Facebook over the weekend. I see this question a lot, and this is something I wanted to address. Just my little piece of advice for everybody who is selling online. I see a lot of people ask a question, what is like trying to get good reviews on your website, on whatever platform you're selling on. Of course, a lot of people ask, like, how do I get good reviews on Etsy? But wherever you're selling, eBay, Amazon, people ask all the time, like, how do I get better reviews? And I have some good advice about that. Hold on. All right. So let me start off by saying I have a mixed emotions about reviews. Right? So I like reviews in a sense that I like the fact that you can leave a review and tell people what you think of a product, and that, of course, online shopping is very difficult. And, so it's hard to, see something online and it looks really good, and then, of course, you get it and it sucks. So it's really good to have a review. Or in the same sense, you look at something and you go, oh, I don't know, is this any good? And then you see that it's got all these positive reviews. Obviously, you can judge better what you're purchasing, because online shopping, while convenient as heck, is really, how one of us haven't ordered stuff and been completely disappointed in it when we got it. Be it clothing, be it some sort of electronics, it depends what it is. It's a mixed bag, shopping online. So I do love the fact that reviews can help people make decisions. And, that it lets other people know, like, if this is a good product, if it's not a good product, it does, they're huge for that. The part I don't like about reviews, and I've seen this so many times, is they can be abused. Like, if a customer, they know that reviews mean a lot to any kind of shop, any kind of business. They know that reviews hold water. And that a lot of people do look at reviews to see what kind of product you sell. So, the problem I have is that, if you get the wrong type of person, which they're out there, they will contact you and say, I like this, but you should send me another one for free, or I'm going to leave you a bad review, which is extortion. And I don't like that. Or they can, any kind of little thing that they want, they threaten you with a bad review, which is wrong, but people do it. I see it all the time, and it sucks. So then that's part of the problem that I have with reviews. And then the other part is that, now, I mentioned in other videos, I worked for a car dealership for 17 years. And part of what I did there was customer satisfaction. I did so many different things while I worked there, but one of the things I did for a while was customer satisfaction and dealt with our scores. So there, I mean, again, like a lot of other businesses, but a lot of weight was put on our CSI, our customer satisfaction index, and it's for sales and service, So, in fact, the manufacturer you could lose your dealership if you had a bad enough CSI score. And the big problem with that was, not a lot of people don't fill out surveys. I don't half the time. I don't like filling out. I mean, I will sometimes, depends, but most people can't be bothered. And of course, the car dealership surveys are like so long and ridiculous. So people didn't fill them out. And you found the reality is that more people fill them out for bad surveys than good surveys. Like, because if you do a good job, they say, if you do a good job, people will tell one other person. If you piss somebody off with your business, they're going to tell 10 to 15 people. So, you have to be careful. And so I saw a ton of that when I was in charge of, customer satisfaction, that there were so many times that people would leave bad surveys, and the people that were happy, they didn't leave a survey unless you did this amazing over the top job. So bear with me. We're going to talk about this a little bit because I have a lot to say about this. So then what they had me do at the car dealership was make phone calls, So I had to call these customers, sales customers and service customers, every time they came in and be like, how were you satisfied? If you are, you're going to get a survey. Could you please fill it out for us? Now, I did this for a number of years. I don't know why, because it was the worst idea. It did not get us good surveys. What it did was it reminded the people who were going to leave a bad survey to leave a bad survey. And what it also did was piss off the people who were going to leave who might have left a good survey, because now I'm bothering them, and now they're not going to leave a survey. Or they're going to leave a not perfect survey because now they're annoyed because I called them and interrupted their night, interrupted their time. So, getting back to, I see so many people online, so many sellers on Etsy and like I said, all the other things saying how do I get more good reviews? How do I get more good reviews? Do not ask for reviews. Do not ask for reviews. Do not ask for reviews. Listen, whoa. Take a moment. Listen to my voice. Do not ask for reviews, okay? It's a bad idea. People are going to tell you all sorts of different ways to ask for reviews. Don't ask for reviews. Trust me. All these things, eBay, Amazon, Etsy especially, anywhere you sell at, will ask the customer for reviews, okay? To the point where some of them get annoyed with how often they ask you for reviews, okay? So then you're asking for reviews on top of them bugging them for reviews. It is just a recipe for disaster. You are going to get more negative reviews because you asked for, and people are bombarded with asking for reviews. You're going to get more negative reviews asking for reviews. I've never asked for a review, okay? I think it's over 50 5-star reviews on my Etsy shop, okay? I think it's more than that, but you can look it up. If you can look at my Etsy shop, while you're there, you can go shopping. But I have one, I think it's on Etsy, I have one negative review, one 4-star review. She said the washcloth wasn't as big as she thought it was going to be. I put measurements on all of mine. I even show rulers, so whatever. I'm not one that gets excited about one. When I did Facebook, I had this lady give me a 1-star review, and then It was a 1-star and it's like, oh my God, I love the product. Yeah, so she clicked the wrong thing. Crap happens. And, but yeah, so, I mean, and the rest of mine are 5-star reviews. And let me tell you how I do that, okay? I never ask for a review. I also don't bother people with messaging them all the time while they order from me, unless there's a problem. Unless there's a problem with their address or the product, or they have a question for me, I don't message them. I understand that some people have personalization things. You need to send them proofs. That's a whole different story. But if you sell a pre-made product, like I do, everything I sell is already made, I do not contact the customer. I get the order, I ship it out. I ship it out in a timely manner. I make sure I ship within 2 to 3 days. Even, weekend days. We ship consistently. If it's something you need to make, that's fine. And you're going to have processing times on your thing. And, I understand that. That's different. But if it's a pre-made item, get it out there. We live in the Amazon world. People want their stuff fast. So if you can get it to them faster than they expect, because if they're ordering from Etsy, they probably don't expect to get it in 2 to 3 days. You know what I'm saying? So make sure if it's a pre-made product that you get it out in a timely manner. Don't be waiting weeks to send this stuff. People get annoyed. Get it out in the mail. And this also, again, then if there's a shipping problem, you're already ahead of the game. They're already not expecting it this fast. You know what I mean? So that's my second piece of advice. Third piece of advice. If you are selling something like on Etsy that is a product made by you, take the time. I don't care how many orders you have. Take the time to write out a thank you card. That is 100% how I get most of my reviews. I handwrite a thank you card, a generic thank you card. I get them on Amazon. They are not flashy. They look like country. Very simple, plain. Just says thank you on the front in some sort of a script. And then I handwrite a note on the inside. You would not believe how many people love the handwritten note, okay? Because, and hear me out, they're buying a product from you that they could have gotten something like, I know, okay, I'm charging at least $6 for this washcloth. I know you could go to Walmart and get a pack of 10 of these for $6. I know that you could go on Temu and probably get a pack of 100 of these for $6, okay? But you're purchasing a handmade item from me, knowing that it's handmade. And that's what people are looking for, a handmade item. So, now I'm adding the personal thing where not only are they getting a handmade item, but they know they're getting a handmade item because I'm writing them a little note. You don't get that from Amazon. You don't get that from Temu. You don't get the personal thing where I write your name in the card and then I say thank you for your order. I always thank them for my order. I always tell them to have a wonderful day. I tell them how much it means for my small business. And it does. I mean, it's from the heart. It's true. It does mean a lot that you chose, instead of ordering from Walmart or Temu or whoever else in the world, that you chose to order from my shop. That means a huge thing to me, and I'm going to let you know about it. So I handwrite you a note. And I have had more positive reviews because they said I wrote a heartfelt note to them that they really liked. So that's my huge piece of advice. Now, freebies. Okay, freebies. This is another mistake in the same realm that I see all the time. So we all know, depending where you shop from, sometimes they send freebies. Like someplace, I forget where it is, like order from, you get a piece of candy. Okay. Oh. Okay, so some places send candy, and then the big trend anymore is people send stickers, all kind of stickers, stickers. Now, don't get me wrong. I love a good sticker. I like stickers very much. I've always loved stickers. I liked scratch and sniff stickers when I was a kid and wish I could still find them. But I don't know where to put all these stickers everybody keeps sending me. I don't know what to do with them. I get stickers from all kind of places. I've even got stickers at store, like physical stores. Where am I supposed to put these stickers? There's stickers. I have so many stickers. To the point where I've actually been taking the piles of stickers I get for free from people, and I put them on my thank you cards on the back, like to seal the envelope, so I don't lick them because I know that's kind of gross now. So I have thank you stickers. Well, instead of using the thank you stickers, I use the stickers sometimes from these places that send me stuff, because I don't know where to pull these stickers. I mean, I know you can put some on your water bottles and stuff like that, but I only have so many water bottles, and people put them on their laptops. Well, I only have one laptop. I mean, once it's full of stickers, it's full of stickers. I just don't know what to do with all these stickers. And I'm not saying you shouldn't send stickers. I'm not saying people don't appreciate stickers, but I have seen a lot of people complain about all the stickers. There's stickers. Do I send freebies with my items? Yes, I do. But let me give you my little piece of advice. I send other products, samples from my shop that go inside with what people order. So, okay, let's say somebody orders a wax melts from me. All right. When I pour my wax melts, I put them in clamshells. When I have extra wax, I pour them in little cupcake tins, and then I use those as samples. So, say you order something like brownie. I have a brownie one. So, okay, so now I know you like chocolate. I know you like the chocolate scent. So I might send you a cookies and cream sample, because that might be something you like. Say you order something in like a fruity scent, like you order like an apple, like a green apple scent. I might send you like a peach prosecco scent. Something again in the same wheelhouse. If you're ordering like patchouli, I might send you like basil and sage. So that maybe next time you're ordering from me, you're like, oh, I like that one too. And then when people order washcloths and things, I usually send them a face scrubby. They're like facial rounds. You can use them to wash your face. You can use them to like remove makeup and things like that. I send face scrubbies with my scrubs, with my soaps, and with my washcloths. And I have, because they're available in my shop. So, and again, like same with the wax melts, I'm giving you other scents that you might not realize you wanted. So it's creating more orders. Same with my facial scrubs, my face scrubbies, my facial rounds. I'm giving you a sample of something else I sell in my shop. So it's not like a piece of candy that has nothing to do with my business. It's not like a sticker, which, it's something that I feel like it has value to, it's something you can use. Even if it's something like the facial round, say like you're ordering it and you're like a guy and you're like, what am I going to do with this? But you might say like, hey, to your sister or mom or whatever, hey, I got this free in this package. Would you like to try it? And I've sold some from that too. When I sell bookmarks, I add an extra, well, what happened with that's a whole nother story. But I send them a plain bookmark as a freebie. What else do I sell? And my crochet items, a lot of times my big crochet items do not get a freebie. Sometimes they get a face scrubby. Sometimes they get a washcloth, depending. Sometimes I throw in, if I have like, when I'm doing these like whimsical things, I'll throw in a belt bag for free, but it always has something to do with what you're buying. So I don't, you know what I mean? I don't cross. And then of course my men's soaps, I know I know there's plenty of guys out there that would use face rounds, but there's also a lot of guys that don't want face rounds, and I don't want to, like, because it's all you need to do is piss somebody off, and then they give you a bad review, like, why would this woman send me this face round? So, for my men's soaps, I actually pour, whenever I pour my soaps, I do little sample guest soaps in other men's scents, because I've talked about it. I think I talked about it before on this channel, but if not, if you're new here, I have an entire line of men's scents, which is, I think there's 20 some different men's fragrances, which is, of course, a lot more than most have. And so I have samples of other men's scents that I'll send with the ones that they order. So I make sure whatever I'm sending you is not only a freebie, but is something that you could still order from, like, to come back and order from my shop. And I have never gotten, I know people have said they get bad reviews for sending free samples, but to be honest, I have only gotten good reviews. But again, I'm sending things that are related to what they purchased, you know, not like, I understand there's a lot of people with allergies. You have to be careful with candy. And there's a lot of people with children with allergies that don't want to have certain candies in the house, you know. So as I understand that, like, sending a Swedish fish wrapped, a pre-wrapped Swedish fish is really nice, or a lollipop, I also appreciate the fact that if someone is diabetic, if someone has an allergy, like Swedish fish has the red dye in it, you know, and they can't, if their child gets a hold of that, it could be dangerous. I don't want that. You know what I mean? And I know people like eye roll and say, oh my God, well, people are so, look, it's a thing. And I get that. And you don't know somebody's situation. You know what I mean? You don't know if there's something in that they're allergic to, or that they have a bad reaction to, or they don't want somebody in their household getting a hold of. You know, people make a lot of choices to keep things out of their houses, and I respect that. I mean, you know, I respect whatever your decisions for your life are, and so I don't want to add something that isn't related to a product that you ordered from me. Like I said, if you're ordering a wax melt, I'm assuming you like wax melts, so I'm going to send you another wax melt. If you're ordering a soap or a washcloth, I mean, obviously you don't have a problem with you're ordering a washcloth with cotton yarn. I mean, cotton's pretty much hypoallergenic to begin with. But like if you're ordering a soap, you might not know about facial rounds, and now all of a sudden you're like, oh, these are nice. Now you go online and say, oh, she sells these in a pack of 6, you know. And next thing you know, I get orders for facial rounds. You know, think smart. If you're going to do a freebie, make sure it is, you know, just make sure it's related to what you're selling. You know, now if you're selling stickers and you add extra stickers, that's obviously something that they like, you know. I could totally see adding stickers if you're a sticker shop. But if I'm buying, like, the one thing I ordered was like leather stuff, and I got all these stickers. And what do I do with all these stickers? I don't really. I went to a snack place. We went to one of those places we did for just for fun. You get all those different flavored potato chips from all over the world and stuff like that. We get home, there's like a whole handful of stickers in there. I'm like, what do I want snack stickers for? Like, what am I going to put these on? They're still, you know. I'm like, I don't have the heart to throw them out, and I can't really use those on my thank you cards. I don't know. So that's my little pieces of advice for, and if anybody has any questions or wants to make any comments on that, I have, like I said, some firsthand knowledge on how customer service and customer satisfaction, you know, I was I waded through the deep end on the pool on that one for for many years, working at a car dealership, and it was a nightmare. Oh, nightmare. Oh, because my favorite was like you're calling people, and then they did have a bad experience, so I'm the one who gets to listen to them rant for an hour about how bad it was. Oh yeah, it's just not fun. I do not miss that. Or ran at me for a half an hour about how I interrupted their dinner, and now it's getting cold, and then they go on and on and on and on and on. You're like, if it's cold, then I'll let you go. Okay, bye-bye. Bye. Okay. Yeah, now you're complaining because I'm interrupted you, but now you're on the phone with me for 20 minutes, half an hour. Yeah. So, like I said, I waded through the deep end of that pool for many years, and that is my advice for people. I just hope that maybe that helps somebody, because I know it's everything's pressure, get reviews. You need good reviews, and then they get bad review. And again, you are never going to satisfy everyone. There are people who will never, ever in your lifetime give you a 5-star review, no matter how perfect and wonderful and everything you've done. There are people who are going to complain about things, no matter how good your business is, no matter how nice your stuff is. There are people who are going to complain. You are going to get a bad review here and there. You are going to. It's just the way it is. So if you're out there and you've gotten a bad review, and most of your other reviews are good, just take it on the chin. It's just the way it is. Now, and then okay, I know this is like 40-minute video, but one more thing. Another mistake I see people making is they will get a bad review that's like a legitimate complaint and take it personally and not take it as constructive criticism. Everybody makes mistakes in their business model. Sometimes people will leave a bad review and it is a legitimate complaint and they get all pissed off about it. But sometimes we also need to listen to our customers and understand that maybe we're not doing everything exactly the way we should be doing, and that we need to change our ways. So again, if somebody gives you a real complaint, it's not just being a jerk. Sometimes maybe take a second and listen to it. You know what I mean? I'm just saying that. I'm not saying anybody's doing anything wrong. I'm just saying there are times where I've seen people complain, like, this customer said this, and it's like, well, did it take 2 weeks to get there? Well, yeah. Like, was it scratched when you sent it? Yeah. Well, then maybe you need to, just saying. All right. So on that note, I hope you have a great Monday. I hope whatever time you're watching this, I hope whatever day you're watching this, that you do something to make yourself smile today. I hope you have a good day. If not, like I said, make yourself smile at least once today. Maybe I made you smile because I'm really goofy. Hope you like my dragon's tail hood. Hopefully tomorrow I'll be able to show you the green one. All done. We'll see how much crocheting I get done tonight. And if not, I hope you all just have a good evening. I love you all. I appreciate each and every one of you. I really, really do. Thank you for spending some time with me and listening to me rant about things. And choose love every day, everybody. All right, bye-bye. See you tomorrow.